Hi, I'm Christine from Key Renter Bucksmont, and today I want to talk a little bit about landlord-tenant laws in Pennsylvania and specifically the security deposit. So, under the Pennsylvania landlord-tenant laws, landlords have absolutely the right to ask for a security deposit. It acts as a safety net, ensuring compensation for any losses that might be incurred as a result of a tenant's negligent actions. So examples of what is a negligent action? Well, it could be failing to pay rent. It could be breaking the lease for reasons that are not legally justified. It could be causing excessive property damage. And it could be failing to clear out the utility bills when they move out. In those cases, the landlord has the right to withhold part or all of the deposit in order to minimize losses. So if you are just starting out, or if you're a seasoned landlord looking to learn more, here are some basics of Pennsylvania's security deposit laws. So the maximum security deposit, you cannot charge whatever you want. The maximum you can charge is capped based on the length of tenancy. So during the first year of a lease agreement, you can collect up to 2 months' rent as a security deposit. But during the second year of the lease, or any year after that, you must only ask for 1 month's rent as security deposit. And for tenants that have lived on your property for at least 5 years, you can't increase that security deposit even if the rent goes up. You can also collect a pet deposit. So you can use an additional pet deposit to cover pet-related damage that might occur during the tenancy. But you need to be aware that a service animal is not a pet. You may not collect a deposit for a service animal. Now let's talk about cleaning fees. So Pennsylvania landlords are allowed to charge a cleaning fee, but it's only the amount that's necessary to bring the property back up to the state it was when the tenant took it over. So beyond that, you can only charge a cleaning fee if it's specifically in the lease. So there are some really specific rules for how you store a tenant's security deposit. There's really kind of 2 options here. The first option is to put it into an escrow account. If you choose to go with the escrow account, then you gotta keep it at a financial institution that is regulated by the Pennsylvania Department of Banking or the Federal Home Loan Bank Board or the Federal Reserve Board. So just make sure you've got it in the right kind of a bank. Now the second option is to post a guarantee bond for the amount of the security deposit. The bonding company that you choose has to be authorized to do business in Pennsylvania. So tenants do have a right to notice after you receive that security deposit. So once you receive it and you store it, you need to notify your tenant in writing of the same. So in that notice, you have to tell them the name and the address of the bank and the amount of the security deposit that you have deposited there. So why would you keep a tenant's security deposit? You are allowed to keep all of it or a portion of it for a number of reasons, including if the tenant stops paying rent, including if damage exceeds normal wear and tear, and if there are other breaches of the lease, like property abandonment or something else. So let's talk about what is normal wear and tear versus what is damage. So normal wear and tear is deterioration that occurs naturally as a result of the tenant using the property. So these are going to be minor issues. You're going to have lightly scratched glass. You are going to have stained bathroom fixtures. You're going to have loose door handles. You're going to have gently worn carpets. These things are all normal wear and tear. Now, damage exceeding normal wear and tear, on the other hand, impacts the unit's usefulness and value. So examples of that are broken windows, missing fixtures, smashed bathroom mirrors, broken tiles, that kind of thing. So when it's normal wear and tear, you can't withhold security deposit for that. When it is damage, you can withhold security deposit. So you have to deal with and account for the tenant's security deposit within 30 days after they move out. If you fail to return it within that window, you forfeit your right to make any deductions, and you might be liable for paying them extra for not meeting the deadline. So when there are deductions, you need to provide the tenant with an itemized list of all the damages, plus their approximate cost of repair. If you fail to do this, you lose your right to make those appropriate deductions from the deposit. So can the tenant use the security deposit as the last month's rent? Usually that is not allowed in Pennsylvania unless there is an agreement between the landlord and the tenant to do so. So they can't just claim that you can use it. You as the landlord need to agree to that if that's going to happen. So the bottom line here is that in addition to understanding and following Pennsylvania security deposit laws, landlords are also required to follow like the eviction process, leasing policies, and other rental regulations. If you would like help making sense of all these responsibilities, or if you would like help managing your rentals, contact us today, Key Renter Boxmont Property Management. We'd be happy to help you out.